Everyone. Good morning. It's your girl T. I'm back coming to you with some more content, and I just want to straighten out something from my last video before we get into this new video. Remember when I was talking about how to hold your phone when you're shooting your video for YouTube, and I said it backwards. So we're gonna finish that and we're gonna fix that today. And let me get the exactly what I was saying and what I'm gonna say it again. So I told you guys, when you're filming on YouTube, do your film for 20 minutes. Basically, I was talking about my relationship, which that's why I'm here, to do my channel, to talk about relationships and the things that I've been going through in my marriage of 20 years of separation. But I just wanted to clarify something that I have said earlier. And so remember when we were talking about the phones, how to hold our phone? Okay, so this is the exact way you should be holding your phone when you are shooting a video. Okay, and this is called the horizontal way. Now, don't hold it this way. Okay, do not hold it this way. This way. This is the vertical way. So I said it to you backwards. I said you should hold it the vertical way, not the horizontal way. But in reality, in the real thing, you hold it the horizontal way when you're filming, and you do not hold it the vertical way. Okay. So I just wanted to clear that up. But hi everybody, how you doing? It's your girl T, coming back at you again about the relationships and how it impacted my life. And I just wanted to create a page where I could begin to talk to you and we can begin to help each other, and I can build contents in order to get it out there for those who need it. And this will be helpful will help you a whole lot, as well as it's helping me right now. So, and then I'm also going to give you some pointers and tips on how you do your own video on YouTube and potentially make some money from that, and create content and be able to help you get where you need to go. Okay. And so, one of the things I struggled with in my relationship was the communication. When things were kind of going downhill, the communication shut off between my husband and I. And, I was trying my best to talk to him, to get him to open to me about what was going on with his life. And he wasn't really open to me. He wouldn't really talk to me. He would keep everything inside. And some people say that's ego and pride, but that communication, I feel that it put the marriage on a hill. It put the marriage on a hill and was getting ready to, roll it down the slope. And so one of the things with communication is that I couldn't figure out what was wrong with this person, what was wrong with him. And I tried everything positive. I didn't do anything negative, because negative add on and it makes it worse and it pushes a person away. So I did everything positive, to trips, to romantic arenas, to one-on-one time together, to all of those things, massages and talking, and I love you and I'm here for you. All of those things that that was necessary for you to keep a marriage alive. I did it. Without the fussing, without the arguing, without the cursing out, without the cheating, without any of that. And guess what? The marriage continued to go down a hill. I mean, and it was just going down a hill to the point where I was very isolated. I became tormented. I became, like, I felt like he was attacking me, like putting everything on me, blaming me, and because I did, maybe because I didn't rescue him the way he wanted to be, or whatever the case may be. But I realized as I was going through all of those things that, it was something that I said I had to put my mind at rest. I had to put my mind at peace. I had to come to the point where I had to let things play out. And no matter how much it hurt me, no matter how much I cried, no matter how much I tried to reach out for people who I thought would be there for me, in certain communities definitely wasn't there for me, and certain people definitely wasn't there for me. But there were some who were there for me, and I'm going to bring some of them into some of my videos, because if it wasn't for them, me hearing their story, I would have been like, I'm really in this by myself. So that's why I say it's very important to, be able to share what it is that you are trying to put out there to help someone else. And I always wanted to be a YouTuber. I said, I wanted to sit down and do my videos and put everything in perspective and come to a point of life where I could share my life and help other people with their life. But the crazy part about me trying to set up all this stuff is, let me show you. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I bought expensive mics that I didn't even know how to put together. I've bought expensive, let me show you this, lighting, those rings that go in the background and give you that bright light. And I didn't know how to put that together. I didn't know how to contact somebody who could put those things together. And it just became a frustrating journey for me. And this is why I am so grateful for YouTube, because YouTube is taking the raw contents. It's taking the contents from, I would say, us beginners who don't know all the experience about editing and ads and, putting all these things in place. And I was able to just take my phone, my mobile phone, and I was able to get a 20-minute video, like I'm talking to you now, a 20-minute video, and I was able to put my, my phone in horizontal first. You put it in horizontal, you press record, you do your 20-minute video, and you talk about the things that people want to hear about and the things that they need. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and do this and build this community that made it so simple and so easy, because all the things we worry about, people don't care about that stuff anyway. They don't care about the fashion, the tips, the words flying across, and the boom, and all the different things to make this thing looks animated and professional. And, people just want to hear your story. They just want to hear how you can help them. So that's when I said, okay, let me go ahead and just start this video and just keep on going and put this content out there so that I will be able to get the contents out. So all the professional stuff and all of that, you don't really have to worry about, because in 2025, something's happening with YouTube where they're just taking your contents. If you're recording it the right way, you're doing the videos the right way. If you stay consistent, maybe once a day, twice a day, just make it every day. Put the contents in the video up there about how you can help people and tell your story, tell your journey, build your tribe, and you just keep going. So all the professional cameras, like I didn't have like one of those professional cameras that zoom in, zoom out, light video. I didn't have any of those. I'm just using my mobile phone. And later on I'm gonna talk about even Amazon Wish. It's a platform that you could sign up to and put all these things that you want, and people purchase it for you, send it to you, and you get to open it on your videos and thank them, and stuff like that. There's so many different things with YouTube and the wish list that you can do as well that can help you create a content and make it even more exciting and share with people. People share with you. And always say that when I really found out what was going on in my marriage, it was something to not keep to myself. It was something that I had to share with other people, because people get depressed by these things. People commit suicide by these things. People bring anger issues into other relationships with this thing. And I had to come to myself and say that if my marriage heals, then that's a great thing. If it doesn't, then we'll be friends, and I can kind of like just keep moving. But what I want to say that has kept me a lot, going through these problems and issues and being mistreated and being pushed away and feeling isolated, I had to keep myself busy. I had to focus on my life, because if you don't keep yourself busy, the stress levels get up so high, your health start getting out of control. And this is what's happening to me. My feet was like getting numbed, and my body was going through all kind of pain, and I thought it was with my age. And then I started looking into things and I said, no, this is stress. This is stress that is causing certain things that happened to my body because I sat around for a while. I cried, I moped, I just kept texting him and calling him and trying to see what, and the more I did it, the worse it got. The more he came at me, the more it was the attitude, the more it was, and a lot of times when people are not happy with themselves, they're not going to be happy with you. If people don't love themselves, they're not going to love you. So sometimes we take things personal, and it's really not about us. It's about the individual and the personal things that they are going through. So I stopped the phone calls. I stopped the texts. I stopped sending encouraging things, and I had to focus on myself. I had to bring myself to a place where if I didn't do it for myself, then I would just be putting my health at risk. I would be putting myself in a place that I didn't want to be. So I had to stay busy. I had to keep busy. I had to first start doing the things that I love, that I stopped doing. One of it was baking, cooking, making recipes. And the other one was puzzles. Like, I love puzzles, jigsaw puzzles of different nature scenes. And so I had to do puzzles. And I love comedy. And so I started watching comedy again. And I realized, and I said, all of these things that I love to do for myself, I wasn't doing it when I was married. I was so busy being the wife to run the family and take care of the kids, and until me was missing. I was missing. And I kind of caught on to saying that I felt that I treated myself so with negligence until I didn't have any of me moving to make me happy. So one of the things I did, I kept busy. I kept doing things that I love. I stayed working. I am a part-time travel agent. I book trips for people. I love to put the weddings together. I love to put family trips together. I love to look at different sceneries and videos of other places to visit and things to do and places to go. So I stayed with my job. I kept doing that. I stayed busy with my hobbies, and I kept putting happy things in my life. I kept putting things that encouraged me in my life. And no, I'm gonna be totally honest. Listen, I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. You're gonna have times where you're gonna be happy one day, and then the next day you're gonna be sad. Then sometimes you're going to be happy weeks. Then the next day it's going to be some sad days. But the process of healing happens that way. That when you have a wound on you that is so big, you're going to see some oozing out. When you change the dressing, you're going to see some blood. You're going to see things on that dressing. And then as you keep progressing, and as the days go by, as the weeks go by, as the months go by, you start seeing that dressing looking clearer, like less of what was coming out on it. So that's how my healing process was. It's like some days I cried, some things I was hurt. Some days I couldn't do good things that I like to do. Some things I could do. There was times I wanted to be around people. There were times I didn't want to be around people. There was times I was on the phone. Then I didn't want to be on the phone. But then every day I realized that it was getting better as long as I kept myself busy, as long as I kept doing happy things, as long as I just kept myself wanting to be better, wanting to be better. So I had to, it was like a tussle and a fight. It was like a shifting. It was like a moving, things out of the way, and, and not just doing things to keep busy, but doing things, prioritizing yourself that benefits your day. And so a lot of times when you go through things and you're trying to keep your mind off of stuff, you're doing things that doesn't profit anything. I mean, you may just be wiping the table 5 times or doing certain things that it's not profitable. But when you moving out of these areas and you're healing to get better, you're going to do things that profits you. Like I said, I'm going to get my YouTube channel going. I want to encourage people. I want to help people. I want to give them the things that I've been going through. I'm not going to get around people